Please say what I think you're going to say. Yes! Yes!
Hello everyone, welcome to The Deep Drop. This is a fishing podcast if you haven't heard it before. Adam Ring is over here, I'm Luke McCredden. Adam, you're going to give us a bit of a rundown if for those that haven't heard The Deep Drop as to what it's kind of all about or something like that anyway.
It's going to be the most simple and basic one I've ever done.
Okay.
The Deep Drop podcast is like a perfectly cooked steak.
Oh. Wow.
That's all.
Oh, that's it. Smells good, looks good.
Is a perfectly cooked steak not one of the best things you'll ever have in your life?
Oh, well, yeah, well said. I love that. So there you go. So take that. Let that sink in for a minute while we bring in the show. But welcome if you are new or you're just finding this in the last couple of weeks and trying to wrap your hand around it or head around it. Did you say try
and wrap your hand around it?
Well, you know, like trying to grasp the reality that is the Deep Drop podcast. And it is reality, but we have a lot of fun here, Ads. We talk all sorts of nonsense, but we do have some pretty, in-depth chats about fishing, which is what we do. We're lucky enough to call that our day job as well as, being able to jump on and record episodes of this podcast, Ads, which is pretty sweet. And for those that have been along for the ride so far, welcome back. Good to have you on board. Great to hear from you all week. I've loved all the messages that have come through about, that's just me smacking my microphone. It's happened early.
Sounded like you got stuck into a bottle, like just pop the top off.
Might as well.
Yes.
Far out. It's all happening. Good. Good to be back on deck. Adam, it's it's cooling down. We're rugging up, and that's okay because it's only for me feels, I don't know, it feels better. It just feels like the time you can think about all sorts of different stuff. You can settle into your favourite YouTube channels and shows and podcasts, obviously, and, you don't have to think too much, I reckon, at this time of year. Does that make sense? Like, you can just do things when it's available, but other times just do your thing. Get comfortable.
Well,
turn on the Deep Drop, whack on some, YouTube fishing, and away you go.
Well, I think it's kind of been a interesting and welcomed transition into cooler weather because we've had some glimpses, but overall I'd say it's been quite mild. Like I haven't had the thought yet like, I'm just going to pack the fishing stuff away.
No, God, no. Oh, and it's all coming out, Ads.
Because we sit here and try and pretend like that we fish through winter. We don't. Like it. Hang on. Hey. I don't.
Well, we're not in winter. Are we in winter?
No.
No.
Are we?
When's winter?
I don't know.
No. We're not. No, we're not. No.
It feels like we're getting close. But anyway,
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm actually a little bit excited about some up-and-coming fishing. There's some
shit.
Things I want to do, and as long as the weather stays mild, I'll probably do them. But if it doesn't, probably won't. I
had a flick on the surf the other day, Ads. Got me sand.
Saw that.
Sand between the toes. Hey, thanks everyone, by the way, for giving... Because I'm just a bit dissatisfied, Ads, and I haven't spoken to you about this sort of between then and now, just with my rod. The rod's
what did you settle on? I saw you got a heap of suggestions.
I haven't.
You haven't settled yet?
Not yet. I'm going through the suggestions. I'm still having them come through privately as well. So now I'm just like, oh shit. Look, I'm probably going to have to buy 4.
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, and try them all. But that was good to hear some of those suggestions. Some I were on the radar. Some weren't. Like I said, there were still a few coming through as late as today that I thought I'll check that out. Do you know? Yeah, I won't go off on a tangent, but I don't browse rods enough. I mean, this could be a conversation for another time, but it's not something I really spend time browsing. So I'm actually enjoying looking for 9-foot light casting rods. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, speaking of browsing, just a quick last minute late shout out. If you are in and around Melbourne this week and this weekend, head on down to Dandenong South to the Bar Crusher headquarters, Ads, because Bar Crusher are having their Melbourne Boat Show on the 29th and 30th, which is Friday and Saturday. Gates open at 9 a.m. on Friday. Get yourself down there, check out the weapons, speak to Scotty Harps, go and bail him up and get him to tell you about just life, just anything. Could be boat related, could just be how's the weather. How's your golf game? Scotty started playing golf. Ask him about golf. Yeah, ask him about golf.
Ask him how his swing's going.
But more importantly, get him to show you. If you are on the edge of, toying with the idea, I'm in the market, but I'm not sure whether I'm ready right now, mate, now's the time. Bar Crusher are throwing in up to 14 grand of extras and upgrades if you buy during the show, buy a new Bar Crusher during the boat show. Now, that varies depending on what model you get, but up to 14K of extras and add-ons. Like, fucking hell, it's not a bad incentive.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. So, 29th and 30th of May, 5 quality drive down in Ong South, Bar Crusher headquarters. Head on down. Whether you're in the market for a boat or just want to check out some pretty spectacular weapons, get down there and get amongst it. And like we said, say good day to Scotty HEAPS. And if you want to get in touch with us, if you are, I suppose, like I said off the top of the show, just getting into it, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. It's getting harder to remember.
The whole set, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the set. The order was mixed up. I
That's okay.
fucked
No,
myself
it's okay.
up because I changed the
order's
order.
okay.
Yeah,
Order's okay.
And just finally on the socials, because we are open to anything. We just love it all, good or bad, critical or not critical, positive or negative. Want to get something off your chest? Got some pics to share? You caught a wicked fish the other day? Show us. We got potentially one of the greatest bits of feedback regarding Top 6, which is the segment that round out every episode of the Deep Drop. Mm-hmm. Best yet was Top 6 sports on the piss. Best yet. So check that out if you haven't already.
I'm starting to really work out what type of audience we hold, Luke.
I know.
And you know what? I love it.
Can I just say something on Top 6? I got bailed up the other day, and it's happened several times, about what about this, what about that? You haven't even mentioned that. And I said, well, hang on. Whoa up. Listen to the pod, because we got honourable mentions. We mentioned, we elaborate. They're listening to 40 or 50 seconds of social clip, which is great.
Yeah.
But if you want to really get in there and sink your teeth into what we actually spoke about, jump on the pod. So, if you tell your mates, if they're just seeing the social clips, cool, and we appreciate it, but flick them the link to the full episode. It'll answer all their questions there. Yeah. So, okay, I think of the website, thedeepdrop.au.
Oh, yes, we have a website. We do. And you can find everything on the website, Luke. You can find everything on it. Breakdown of all the episodes going back to episode 1. Wow. So if you are just getting into it, you can actually go and have a little bit of a sneak peek and work out where you want to start. Because you know what? You don't have to start at 1.
You don't. You can start at 37.
Mix it up.
Pick a number.
You can keep up to date with the monthly rezos. Got another one of them coming up shortly, which is going to completely melt our brains.
No. We're good. We're up and about.
But it's okay. We've had this bit of a flying start, I'll say. So flying start for monthly rezos and maybe an average mid. But that's okay. We've still got time. We'll get stuck into them. There's some planning and bits and pieces going on. So stay up to date with that. And just all things Deep Drop. Merch. Is there any merch left?
Maybe if it's live on the website, then it means yes, but the stock will be low. It'll switch off once there's no stock, so that literally would be 1s and 2s.
Yeah,
and merch you're talking about is a cap stubby holder combo.
Yep. The only combo you'll ever need. Click on that. Have a geese. Snap them up before they're gone. But you know what, Luke? It would be worth just every now and then, not every day. But every now and then, just clicking over the merch page. May or may not be working on something, Luke.
I see what you're doing. There may or not be something on order, heading to our humble abode as we speak.
So keep an eye on that. So that's the website, thedeepdrop.au.
I just had to look down to see if I was wearing. But I'm not. It is samples are hanging in the rack.
It's okay.
Plenty happening. Anyway, well teased, Adam. Well teased.
Luke, I've been doing the rounds on the road, as I normally do for my day job, and it's allowed me a lot of thinking time. And I've been going down a little bit of a rabbit hole, which could be a little bit unusual for us because I'm sure we will find the lighter side and take the piss, but it's probably overall a little bit of a serious subject.
Okay, let's do it.
I've been thinking about what the current fishing culture is and how it's changed over the years. Now, you and I have been around the recreational fishing industry in many capacities for 20 years, maybe a little bit longer, but a long time.
Yeah, you a fraction longer, probably.
So a long time.
Wow.
We've seen trends come and go. I can feel old. We've seen trends come and go. We've seen things get popular, things fade away. We've seen a lot.
Yeah, we saw the peak of stiffies. Put it that way.
We did. Yeah, we actually did. We saw the rise and fall of the stiffy, and
the rise was huge.
It was a big rise, and it slowly faded out.
And we saw some stiffies, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
we saw a lot of stiffies.
The amount of stiffies that we handled. Great lure, by the way.
Yeah, great lure.
Anyway.
Shout out Bushy. But it got me thinking about culture because I've seen a few things going around that has piqued my interest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, we've had a bit of a crazy little, I guess, part of the season down south of Australia. So we're in Victoria, Luke, and I work up to and into the, I guess, south coast of New South Wales. You've spent a hell of a lot of time there fishing growing up in your junior burger years. It got me thinking. So we had a really weird set of events over the last, let's say, 18 months, 2 years. We saw the return of the yellowfin tuna.
Yeah.
We saw one of the greatest striped marlin bites ever on the south coast of New South Wales. And then in Victoria, we've seen, if it's not the best, I think it's at least on par just for size of fish and these mid-sized fish that we haven't seen for a while, which we've spoken about on the pod. Now, where culture plays into this, there's one thing that's really standing out to me. Yellowfin tuna and striped marlin. How often do you see one hanging from a gantry?
Well, not often now. Many moons ago, different story.
How often do you see a bluefin tuna hanging from a gantry?
I see where you're going with this. Very often, regularly, weekly.
That's right. So, and I'm not here to have an argument about should we be hanging them or not. It's not the conversation I want to have.
Yeah.
I do find it interesting, though, how fishing's gone in these waves of catch and kill everything going back a long, long time ago, it entered into a catch and release era where it felt like keeping a fish wasn't really an option. And some species are more susceptible to this than others, and that we will get into. But I feel as though the culture is shifting a little bit as we discover and get used to fisheries that maybe came after the catch and release era.
Yes.
And I'm not saying catch and release is gone. It's still a massive thing, and it needs to be a massive thing because, we have a fishery to look after, and we've had some fisheries that have really gone a long way.
Yeah. I wonder whether I'll tell you one thing that because it's a fascinating observation. It's something I haven't really thought about, to be honest. It's a really interesting one. And I remember as a kid, you'd somewhat, well, and even before my time, seeing photos from sort of when Dad was sort of visiting that south coast for this first time. Marlin on the gantry or on the just on the wharf or hanging out of the back of a boat was regular. And by the way, completely legal. Or where it is legal, completely fine. Obviously, everyone's entitled to take fish. So this isn't about that. I'm assuming this isn't the angle you're going with this. Bluefin, 100%. It's same thing. Completely, within everyone's rights to take them. But optically, that's the only one you see now on the gantry.
I know.
I actually found it really strange in that amazing yellowfin bite that we had. Now, lots of people kept them, but it wasn't like it sounds a bit barbaric, but there wasn't the stringing up that we see. So I'm wondering whether, because yellowfin, delicious. Better would you say better than bluefin? I would say better than bluefin.
I've never eaten a yellowfin.
On the chew. Okay. Well, let's go out to a restaurant. It's just me and you, candle lit, whatever.
Ooh, bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine.
Jesus, talk
and
about bushy.
see where the night goes. But I feel like that was more of a... Do you think it's about the size...
I've got
optics?
a theory.
Oh, good. Because I'm still playing with it in my head at the moment. So let's go through your theory.
I've got a theory. It actually falls in line with the current, I guess, pop culture or the culture that, say, we're witnessing our children grow up in. Look, we've both got teenagers and we've both got younger kids on the, progressing, I guess, getting into that stage where they're going to really start to get involved with social media, and that just opens you up to a whole world of possibilities.
And problems.
Let's just say the marlin fishery... Actually, here's probably an easier way to describe it. Where we are in Victoria, if in a perfect world, moons aligned, we had striped marlin turn up off Barwon Heads. Because that is a new fishery, do you think those striped marlin would be offered the same... It's universally we don't keep them?
I think so.
Or do you think we would see them hanging from gantry?
I feel like there would be a couple, depending on how many there were and how readily available they were. I reckon they would
bluefin,
be a couple.
Like replace bluefin with marlin. Say the same trajectory that we've seen with bluefin over the last 20 years.
I think marlin, just in general, is a catch and release fishery now.
Really, I disagree.
You think they're still being kept?
No, I don't think they are at all, because
No, that's what I'm saying, catch and release.
No, but if they turned up in Victoria as a new fishery, do you think that they would be awarded the same
I do.
catch and release only as they are, say, on the south coast of New South Wales?
Yeah, but...
I reckon every single one of them would be hanging.
Do you reckon?
Yep.
Really?
And this is where I think there has been a culture shift. I think the culture is now, if something really interesting happens, especially if it's in the big fish space, it's dead.
So, can I ask you your opinion? And this is just, obviously, with anything we talk about on the deep drop, it's very much just opinions. Do you think that is to show it off?
Yes.
That's what it comes down to?
Yep. But, do you know what? It's weird. And I do stand by my answer. I actually think if marlin turned up off Barwon Heads and progressed as the tuna season has in Victoria over the last 20 years, I think we would see the vast majority... Oh, I shouldn't say vast majority, because I don't actually know the stats of bluefin. But I think we would see social media littered with fish hanging. But we have, to contradict my own thoughts...
Where were they hanging from? We don't have gantries in the central part of Victoria.
Yeah, but they'd be dead. We'd see them. We'd see them
hanging from the Barwon Head Bridge.
Listen, we'd see people in the boat with the tail under the chin and straight dead. the classic, we don't have a gantry, but I've killed it anyway shot. And listen, everything I'm talking about with bluefin and the examples I'm using is all 100% legal. No 100%. One is doing
it's all above board.
The wrong thing. So it's not a conversation about that.
No. Yeah.
It's around culture, because I find it interesting because there's been some fish that have maybe missed it and they're a catch and release only, but I think there's reasons for it.
Do you want to... Because I was just thinking then, there's a few fish that come to mind that have completely shifted in the way that they're treated upon capture. The one that stands out in my mind straight away is Murray cod.
Yep.
There's old photos in black and white or whatever of them strung up. As many... I don't reckon anything got released. And again, that was just the way it was. I don't know how many are kept anymore. And there are some kept because people enjoy them as a table fish and whatever. And
not the big one. There's a slot limit on Murray.
I mean the legal sizes are kept. But I even think that in that slot they're mostly released. The vast majority would be released, wouldn't they?
I think so.
Yeah. So that's one that comes to mind that is very much the one that, and I'm just using these couple as an example, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. The one that comes to mind that is still, I don't think catch and release is a question, a snapper.
Yeah.
I still think it's catching. Yeah. But which has kind of just been the way all the way through.
So what about in the upper echelon?
Big.
Yep. So if someone catches a 20-pound fish, do you think it's being released?
No.
No, me either.
No. Do you know?
In general, obviously, there's always going to be people.
I'll say one more before I give back to you, and I'm really curious about this. If you've got any thoughts on it, because it confuses me in a way, and I'll explain why. Swordfish, and the reason it confuses me, and I have never caught one, and I've never even fished for them, and I'd love to get maybe the community, the deep drop community, have got some insights. There was commentary for a lot of commentary around they don't survive anyway. You got to keep them. They don't survive when you're pulling them up from those depths. Then there was a trend of catch and release. So I don't get it. Do they survive or are they not?
Well, I actually don't know, but I don't think swordfish have a swim bladder per se, like, say, a demersal fish.
So then what's the commentary around they don't survive on the way up, so you might as well take them? Do you know what I mean? I mean, unless they get necked by a mako or something on the way up. But
I think they're
tail wrapped and swam backwards or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they do. And I don't know. Sword fishermen who listen to the deep drop, I'd reach out and say, do they survive?
Yeah.
Are they? Because I don't think they suffer barotrauma, because if you can hook, you heard all the old stories. You can hook.
They jump and shit.
Yeah, that's right. And you hook them in 250 meters, and in 35 seconds they're jumping or they're doing whatever they do.
That can't
so
be.
that can't be swim bladder or cooked type.
But you know what I mean by my confusion? I don't get what. Yeah, it's kind of one or the other. Unless they don't survive commentaries around just because after you fight them for however long in that depth, they might become tangled up and they're all fucked out, and you might as well keep. But that's different. Yeah. What do you reckon the overall consensus is with swords then?
Question mark on it still.
Fitty.
Only because it's such an effort to go and catch them.
Yeah.
I think it rules out 90% of fishers. As in, you've got to travel such long distances offshore.
Yeah.
As far as catching them, I'm going to say something really controversial, Luke.
Go. Let's do it.
Drop a bait to the bottom, and if there's a swordfish there, it's going to fucking eat it.
You've said that recently about something else as well.
I've said it about swordfish before too. It sounds like catching them's the easy part.
Really?
It sounds like the hard bit's getting the bait down that deep without it getting all cooked out. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day.
Okay.
So this is really interesting, because if you go species by species, I think there has been forced cultural change. I think there's been natural cultural change, and I think there's some species that it's just completely universal and the culture will never change.
Okay.
So I think marlin fits into... I don't think the culture's ever going to change. I don't think we're going to see a point where marlin just start getting kept by every second boat.
No.
Unless they turn up in Victoria.
That's interesting.
So Murray cod.
Yes.
It'll never change. You know why? They taste like shit.
But what they must, okay. Maybe there wasn't any other options back in the day, because they must have been cooking them up.
Yeah, no, but they were. You have a chat to all the. What do you call it? Salty dog of the fresh.
Have you eaten a fresh dog? Have you eaten cod?
Yes, once.
Have you?
Can't remember if it was good or not.
Oh, okay. I haven't. Let's add that to our dinner when we go out.
So we've got cod and yellowfin.
Cod and yellowfin tuna.
Yeah,
weird combo.
Yeah, weird combo.
Cod would have to be the entree.
Maybe
we'll just hoe into a yellowfin steak for main.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So cod, I don't think it'll ever change. But there's also been a lot of press around how you look after them, how you release them, don't keep them, handle them, slot limit, whole bit. Do you know one that I think the culture was actually intervened because it was going down a bad path?
What?
Dusky flathead.
Yeah.
If there wasn't a slot limit introduced, I reckon we would see a lot of dead 85 to or 75 to 90 centimetre flathead.
So the intervention into that culture is great, I would say, is a real positive one. Yeah,
Definitely.
And similarly to the cod, there's been a lot of good publicity on handling and releasing and,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah.
How has bluefin tuna escaped all of this? Because you could argue, out of all the species we've listed, tuna are the only one on a worldwide priority list.
Yeah, fuck, that's a good
They are a
point.
priority species worldwide. They demand enormous amounts of money in the actual food trade, the legal food trade.
The other interesting one is the fact that when you think about all those, even all those species we've listed, and I know a couple of these have slot limits, but I'll name a few more. So flathead and cod, you can't keep the big ones anyway.
Yeah.
Things like mulloway, like typically big ones you'll release. Snapper, we said, is probably an exception. I reckon for the most part, some of those big, like even Barra, the butchers up north keep everything. But I even reckon the meateries get a bit of love and release.
In the fresh or salt?
But bluefin,
oh, they're all dead.
Doesn't matter. Do you think it's a mentality because of the number of fish that are around that it's just like, who cares? And it's not who cares. It's not an irresponsible sort of mindset, but it's like, I don't know.
How has it escaped the fish care culture
that
we've bred over the last 30, 40 years?
There's actually been the flip side where there's been massive publicity about how to dispatch them and actually care for their meat.
So this is a really, really, really great point, because that hasn't happened for any other species.
Well, not that I'm aware of. Community, if there's been the publicity on dispatch, meat preservation and looking after the kill in any other species, let us know. I can't recall it.
So how has bluefin flipped on every other species? Have we had to go down the path of caring for the kill because we know we probably should be letting most of them go? Or
is it a guilt thing, you think? It's a
guilt
thing?
Maybe. Or is it because these fish they're not resident fish? They're not with us all the time.
So
we rely on seasons. But that kind of goes against the marlin thing, because it's the same deal. They're not there year round.
Yeah. But I wonder if there will be, based on everything you've brought up and we've discussed, I wonder if there will be a culture shift at some point, because you know what? Okay, resident might not be the right word, but these fish have been here now for a while. And I'm not saying the same fish, but I'm saying they are becoming a local species in South Australia, Victoria, bottom of WA.
So what would it take to shift the culture?
I don't know.
Because generally speaking, in this game, you only really get culture shift if the fishery gets insanely depleted.
Which at the moment,
it hasn't happened.
No.
But we've had lean years.
Yeah, and this year the last 12 months has been different. Is that fair to say?
It has been.
And we're talking from a Victorian standpoint, and I think it's a similar story in Tassie, just talking to a few people. It's bad. It's not bad at all.
No. It's been an exceptional season. But we've had the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, but the exceptional season's only been the last month.
Yeah, that's right. I was saying, but before this exceptional season, we've had a couple of lean seasons.
Yeah.
It did not change the culture at all. As soon as they turned up again, it was straight back to hanging. How did bluefin how did it escape this, catch and release fish care culture?
Do they release well, like the big fish? I know, like anything that you sort of
depending on how long you fight it for.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like anything that sort of a few minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Typically, they're good to go. I'm wondering whether the barrels, so to speak, doesn't.
Well,
because it's not even a thought. The gaffs are sunk in before anyone even says anything.
That's right. It's not what are we going to do with it. It's grab the gaff.
Yeah.
How has it escaped?
Can I mention another one that I reckon's changed, and it's probably not as a dramatic or even a publicly observed culture shift. Do you reckon brim are getting killed less?
Yeah. Depending on the age bracket.
I get that. I get where you're about to go with that, and I think I still.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean there's a different thing around brim though. Brim holds on to some of the, I think, old school, insanely positive culture, which I think is maybe naturally phasing out as everyone's got a hell of a lot more connected. Brim seem to be the classic species where a fishing club will head down to the Gippsland Lakes, or they'll head and it's based around an outing. It's based around all the fishos getting together, and they go out on the brim for a few days, and they keep a few fish, and that's fine. Yep. They fill an esky or two. That's okay. It's part of that culture is based around getting everybody together and doing that.
Yeah.
The younger part of the lure fraternity, they ain't keeping any brim.
When was the last time you caught a brim? You kept a brim?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I reckon the last brim I kept would have been when I was. I'm going to go back 20 years, probably somewhere around Wanboyne, Eden sort of area.
Yeah, I think actually there was one. I think I kept a,
and we would have kept it. We would have kept a few flatties, brim, the odd ludric, silver trevally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we kept.
Well, we ate them all.
I think the first year I went to Lake Tyers with my dad, I think we kept one.
Yeah. Do you reckon
it wasn't shit?
Nah. Do you reckon if you spoke about that around the tournament scene, it's really frowned upon? Do you reckon any tournament angler keeps one for a sneaky feed on the,
Never.
Never. Do you remember the culture of estuary perch fishing when someone mentioned they kept one because they're delicious?
Yeah.
They are. And people would go, "What? What did you say?"
The perch mafia got real fired up.
Oh, mate, the perch mafia were fucking up and about. Yeah. Until some of their illustrious leaders said, no, they're a good feed.
Yeah.
And then they went, oh, yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, but I don't keep many.
No, I don't keep many.
Yeah, so I find this...
Yeah.
It's weird. We have this really weird offset culture for bluefin tuna compared to every other species.
Mm.
And though we have, I think, again, dusky flathead being the prime example, I think there has been early intervention into just reminding everybody that there is a positive culture to be set with these fish.
What about the idea of that it's one of our newest fisheries, our youngest fisheries? Now, I'm not saying bluefin have just appeared out of nowhere. They've always been a thing. But for the majority of sort of, I guess, maybe South Australia, Victoria, Tassie, South Coast, New South Wales, it's become a regular and very achievable fishery only in the last small amount of time, so to speak, like compared to cod and flathead and brim and even marlin, which is... So have we not had enough time for there to be a wave of culture shift? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know what it would take to shift it.
Been
because the other thing it's got working against it is they are really good to eat. Now they're the highest grade of sashimi. You can do all sorts of things to prepare it, like actually cook it in steaks. It's similar to kingfish.
Yeah.
Kingies are never ever going to have a culture of catch and release, ever.
Yeah.
Because
I wonder if that may be I wonder if that's different in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, good question. I'm not sure. Because I think the other thing too is what's the edibility as they get to size. Like you talk about, you mentioned snapper. A fish that's being kept at 20 pound is purely a trophy.
It's to hold up.
Sorry,
it's
10
to take
kilo.
back to the round.
That's the 10 kilo, not 20 pound.
Because I'll tell you one thing. Sorry, just back on kingfish that I noticed in just the small amount of, I suppose, examples of times I've been there. If there's a fish kept, it's one.
Yes. Yeah.
For a feed, and everything is eaten on it, face and everything.
Yep.
But it's not it's all right. All right, we've got one for the cooler bag up the front. It goes, and now it's just all catch and release, and no one cares. It's like, yeah, sweet man.
No, but
now
that same thing's not. It's not thought of the same way with bluefin.
But it's not thought of the same way here, is my point. You know what I mean? Like Kingy's here, it's just bag out and go home.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's because the big ones taste as good as the little ones.
Maybe, yeah. Do you know, so Bluefin we're saying is been a plateau of culture. There's been no shift yet. Or there's been no shift, whether it happens or not. No. Another one that's like
it completely skipped the whole fish care catch and release culture. Skipped. That currently, I think, still probably... I don't know. It's hard to say. Would you say catch and release is still as big as catch for a feed?
I reckon. Because you think about the big ones like the cod and the flathead and that sort of thing that are really, really turned the other way. It probably outweighs... Or, it weighs it in that favour. But there's also some species that have been on the same plateau, but in reverse. Like, and we've spoken about them on the podcast before, GTs. No one keeps them.
Yeah.
You can keep 20, I think was the bag limit. But you know what I mean? So in reverse,
do they taste really shit?
I don't know, maybe. But big or small, thrown back.
Yeah. Is GT sashimi, would that be as good as silver trevally?
I don't know. I feel like we had some feedback on it saying it wasn't bad, and maybe there was some people saying it was no good. Let's ask again.
What are the... Yeah, because you're right. There's just... Well, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum...
What I really love is...
I think nice penis.
Definitely
I think nice penis.
Yeah, I'd love to call out Brooksy and say, Brooksy, just keep one next time, champ. Keep one.
Let us know if it's worth it.
Fire that bad boy up. Get the Weber going. Fucking do whatever you got to do. I don't know. But King George Whiting, did you just say?
Yeah.
Mate, they're not going back.
When's the last time someone said, let's go for a good catch and release sesh on King George Whiting? Never.
Never.
But they're also listed,
Squid?
I would say, as, bread and butter species.
Yes, okay. Bread and butter, meaning you just stick them on a piece of bread and just eat them.
Well, they're dead.
Any flathead that's not dusky, dead.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for intervention, duskies would be dead too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So
whereas I don't think big cod would have ended up dead. I don't know why. I think because they don't have a stigma of being good to eat.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting, hey?
Yeah, it is. Do you think the amount, and last one, trout, do you reckon as many people are keeping trout as they used to? Because
I don't think so.
I don't. You don't see it. Let's put it that way. Optically, it doesn't seem like... Because I reckon there was a time, again, going back, long time, maybe before our time, that it was just every trout's dead. You catch it, it's on the smoker.
Yeah.
Whereas now, or, on the grill. Now...
But do you think it's maybe because the average size of a trout's quite not worth the effort? It's not worth the effort to get what yield you get from it. It's not worth the effort. Unless you're fishing in the lakes, and we've already determined on this podcast that fishing in lakes for trout's just shit.
Yeah, we'll do it.
If we have to. If the rivers are dry.
Oh, I actually think we are going to do it, Ads, just because you have put shit on it too much.
I have done it a fair bit in the past, and I didn't.
Yeah, you actually have. Yeah. Okay, well, it's a great call. Look, fishing culture shifts, in certain species, and bluefin being the example. It is a fascinating thought, Ads. Well done, well brought to the table. I don't know. I
don't think we come up with an answer, but it's actually something that's consumed my thoughts for the last little bit.
Looking for your next fishing weapon? Bar Crusher is Australia's #1 fishing boat builder, leading the industry in design, excellence and quality. For the most advanced plate aluminium fishing boats, or to build your dream boat online, visit barcrusher.com.au. Pelagic high-performance offshore gear is built for fishing, offering the best in technical apparel, premium polarized optics, and ocean-inspired accessories. Using the latest fabrics and feedback from top anglers around the world, Pelagic products deliver comfort, style, and sun protection for those long days on the water. Visit au.pelagicgear.com to see the full range.
Ads, it's actually funny that you brought up earlier in the show Bluefin. and we spoke through all sorts of stuff there. But Bluefin was on my mind recently, just with the bite that we're having at the moment. And I was kind of thinking about lures, because I'm always thinking about lures. You know that about me. And skirts in particular. And I was thinking about skirts, and I just started thinking about the colorways and the styles of skirt. And I'm like, they really haven't changed. I remember as a kid, arguably there's finesse tweaks, and they've made them a bit better here and there. But really, the shape and style and everything, colors even, are pretty much the same as they were as I remember as a little kid when we were fishing the south coast of New South Wales. And I thought, we've had some product development chats on the Deep Drop in the past, ads, and I just thought I started thinking about what could we do to skirts to give them I just think there's been, all right, my point is, I'm just going to say it, I think there's been a lack of development when it comes to skirts, for trolling skirts for marlin and tuna. There, I said it. Now, in typical fashion, ads, you and I would naturally take on a bit of a we'd take this on and say, hey, we're gonna put some thought into this and make some development. I've got a few ideas, and I'd love to hear what your ideas might be, putting you on the spot. But do you think, before we get into that, that's a fair call? Skirts haven't changed all that much over the years, have they?
No. We've probably seen some new heads, and listen, I'm not saying there's been no development.
Nah.
There's probably been some good stuff, but essentially they're still just a head with some rubber.
They're a head, they're either a resin head, or they're a stainless head, or they're a whatever head, and rubber skirts in some cool colours, and they get the job done. So I'm not saying they necessarily need to, or do they? Could the bites be better?
Hit me with some ideas, because I had a couple of things that sprang to mind straight away.
Okay. Straight off the bat, what if we put into these skirts, whether it was in the head or in some of the tentacles, keeping in mind where we're at with tech these days, it's 2026, we're making all sorts of shit. Flashing, like light systems within the skirt that really fucking glow. You could have that shotgun way out, and it's just got almost some pulsating sort of light that goes through the skirt from the head.
Fiber optic strands.
Fiber optic skirts. That's exactly it. So
that would be epic as shit.
And I don't know. And this is where we need to lean on the community and those that are in the Deep Drop community that are game fishers. Let us know if any of these are worth, would they work, or is it just stupid? Fiber optic skirts.
So not a full, just a couple of fiber optic strands with embedded into the skirt.
It's almost like, think of the candles on squid tentacles, the longer ones that just go a bit further than the rest. Like, you'd have that.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You might have a full UV skirt and the fiber optic. All right, picture a UV blue. Remember Richter, the real popular Richter one that was UV blue.
Yeah, soft grassy
UV blue. Couldn't keep them on the shelf.
Yeah.
Literally was talking about this today at work, which is weird. Imagine that with like a pulsating fiber optic red that would push through it from front to back.
Oh.
Not strobe. Not strobe.
No,
I'm just talking like a gentle sort of from the head down to the end of the tentacle. Fuck.
Epic shit,
right? Fucking
epic shit.
There's one idea for you. Have we seen... There's been variations in some lures that have toyed with some scented arrangements. Now, skirts, I know there are... you can rig an actual bait in the middle of some skirts and that sort of thing and do all that. But what about with the tech we've got with some of the scents that are infused in soft plastics, for example? If you infuse some scents into the skirts, and maybe the head was like a refill, and it would just keep feeding scent back through the skirts to leave a trail.
Did you just come up with gulp skirts?
Did I? I think I might have.
Not the shittest idea.
Can you imagine the trail? Yes, you might attract heaps of makos.
But you could also attract heaps of marlin or tuna.
Can you imagine? And I'm not saying it's like tuna oil pouring out the back of a fucking, I'm saying let's use that as an example, a gulp type arrangement, juice that is, and it's refillable, by the way, so you can
Dude, yes,
open
we're
up.
talking good shit now. Yes.
You can inject a bunch more juice into the head, and
Slow release
scent through the body, through the skirt,
out of the head. This is madness, Luke.
Yep. And just leaves a trail that could potentially pull a fish in after you've, you know what it's like when you're trolling for tuna or marlin or anything. You're doing miles, so you're doing some serious fucking kilometres. You could
How has this not been done?
You could leave a scent 2 kilometres long, and marlin, they'll find it. They'll
Eventually.
It's that. Oh, I'm going to keep following that scent, and then
that
next
smells
minute,
good.
fucking on.
Gulp juice filled head.
How have the Yanks
Skirt
not come up with that? You know what I mean?
Oh,
and maybe they have.
I'm sure they've tried something.
Yeah, maybe they have. If anyone, think, maybe that is a thing. Next.
This is the best.
It's 2 from 2 so far.
This is the best.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
all in. This is all in.
Do you remember Hydra Wave?
Yes, I do. Do I?
What if?
Please say what I think you're going to say.
What if the head of the skirt had a speaker?
Yes.
And it was
What sounds? What sounds are we talking?
It was, well, okay.
Mulloway clicking?
No, no, croaking. Let me go through the sounds, the sound options. It's bait, nervous bait is one sound. So these are all settings you can preset before you drop the lure in the water. Nervous bait, you've got gannets
So
bombing.
do you plug the head
got
into a
gannets
USB
bombing.
first? Oh, gannets.
Gannets bombing
Yep.
is a sound. You've got, that sound, if a bait ball's getting smashed up, it would just be that commotion. So you'd call there'd be commotion. And maybe
So like the sound of, say, a spreader bar, but in the head.
Yep. So
It's big time.
hey, why not? I mean, okay, sure. Hydrowave didn't really kick on like we thought
It's
it
because
might.
it wasn't put into marlin skirts.
It wasn't put into marlin skirts. And maybe that's it. Maybe the speaker situation can be in the teaser as opposed to the actual skirts. I don't know. But hey, we're talking about the actual skirts here. The rig skirts. Yeah. I think we could put speakers in fucking, like the Meta
even just take,
sunglasses and shit these days. Like,
Even just take headphones, like
Yeah.
earbuds.
Yeah.
They can make them small enough.
So yeah. And with the vibration, it might be I don't know, who knows? Maybe a slimy
Could just
mackerel
be
has
just
a
a
little
bit of
click.
bass.
Yeah, it could just be a bit of Bob Marley.
Could just be a bit of bass.
Yeah. Could be a bit of Limp Bizkit. You can just load up Spotify. Spotify skirts.
Spotify skirts.
Wow.
Oh, this is
I mean, there's.
okay.
I mean, is that a tick? Is that 3 from 3 so far?
3 from 3.
Okay.
I'm all in. 3
Finally.
from 3.
Finally, and this will need some explanation. So go with me, here, please.
all right.
Okay, sure. They've progressively gotten a bit weirder, but you know how the big thing I'll say at the moment, but it's not big. I shouldn't say that. There is a thing at the moment where people are getting trolling cameras and just sort of putting them back, and some have connected to the main line or whatever. Yeah. I thought put the camera in the head of the skirt for starters, with clear enough vision. Maybe it hangs out slightly, so it's got clear enough vision, so it's not getting fully, covered up by the skirt itself. And then I thought, why stop at just the camera? Because you could have that linked up. The people on the boat can be watching it. We've seen trolling cameras and stuff like that. Why stop at camera? With the amount of technology in sonar, live scope, all that sort of stuff now, can we have a sensor attached to the camera that shoots out a beam? Look, it could be 50 meters, could be 100 meters, don't know, 20 meters, don't know, that actually sends a message back to the boat indicating there is a fish coming up to the spread. Be ready.
Oh, so like rod bells, but in the skirt.
Rod bells, but skirt version. Then, because of how far we've come with tech, then it's a case of it's now talking to the boat, not verbally, but it's saying this fish has been in the spread for 2 minutes. You need to speed up to get a bite. or
we bring it back.
or
AI?
slow
Bob?
down.
Was it Bob?
Is it Bob? Is that Bob? So it
called
starts saying you gotta do something. This fish is here, wants to eat, but you haven't triggered a bite yet. Try, and maybe it's just the communication is try speeding up and not, and you just lift it a knot, and all of a sudden fish on, or
Game on.
back it off a bit. Just back it off a bit. You're going too fast. You're sitting on 10, back it back to 9.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, there's this sort of, I guess it's a version of live scope, I guess, that's telling you there's fish in the area. That if the camera can't necessarily, the camera visibility might be 6 meters. I'm just making it up.
Yeah.
But this sensor actually shows a spread of 50 in a cone shape, and you can't tell me that there's marlin around all the time. Even in a big game boat, you're sitting on the fly bridge. There's got to be fish undetected.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
some that aren't up top that you can't see.
So to now go, this thing goes, hey, there is fish here. Do something different because they're just hanging around. They want to eat. They're ready to bite, but there's just not quite there for them at the moment. So then you go, all right, well, this is it. Let's speed up. Let's see if we can rev them, fire them up a bit. And then it goes, error. They're fucking off. so you back it off again.
If that concept ever come to reality, could we say we've just clocked fishing? Like it's over?
Do you reckon it'd be a shit? Because there is negatives in that. It takes away anticipation a little bit. It takes away that excitement. Because let's be honest, marlin fishing, yawn, trolling, but when you get a bite, fuck me. But that's and not even just marlin, tuna, whatever, anything where you're just trolling for a few hours and a rod goes off. Especially if you don't expect it. Like sometimes, when tuna and there's a school busting up, you just troll past. Yeah. It's like, here we go, any minute now.
Yep.
So I don't know. So that one's a bit more. That needs a bit more work. But there's definitely the tech available now where I discovered the other day. I found out the other day. I think it was shout out Dicko from Wilson Fishing was telling me the marlin boats are using LiveScope now.
Oh yeah, that was only going to be a matter of time.
That's crazy.
And I reckon we could see something. I can picture blue water scoping. Maybe, you think about these massive boats. It's not going to be any of this like transducer on a pole shit.
No.
I think it's going to be a live scope transducer permanently mounted to the hull.
Yeah, gotcha.
Remote control,
in
like not Wi-Fi, but like kind of like a electric motor, the old foot pedal ones. It would be.
I just had visions of, in Star Wars, when they're in the Millennium Falcon and they climb down into the gun turrets. And they're down at the bottom of the ship while they're
scoper.
Yeah, that's the scoper pod,
scoping pit.
Yeah, so there's your decky, your skipper,
scoper.
It becomes a role on the game boats in Cairns.
Yeah,
mate, we're creating fucking jobs here.
You send one up to the fly bridge and one down to the scoping pit.
And you've got one on the deck, working the deck, and
one in the pit and one on the bridge.
And it's all like headsets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Coming in from starboard, 80 metres out.
Yeah.
It's
bait.
Yeah. Bait. Pitch it.
Nah, not nervous. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Hold.
Yeah. Just drop it back a click. Drop it back a click. Drop it back a click.
Yeah. One. Oh, can you imagine the arguments like the dude in the pit would see everything, and you just, if someone pitched a bait, wrong angle, wrong time, you just hear from the pit, fucked it.
Yeah.
Reset. Yeah. Davo fucked it. Yeah. You hear from the fly bridge, Davo, what are you doing?
For fuck's sake.
Jesus.
It's the second time today.
So, listen, I don't know. I just think there is room for development in skirts, ultimately. I love the I think there's two very achievable ones here. The centered skirt.
Yeah, how that hasn't happened already.
and
I'll never know.
the fiber optics.
Fiber optics
Unbelievable.
would be epic.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, who are we to tell you what to do? But just if you're in
listen,
if
we're
you're in
just
the
throwing
skirt
ideas
game,
out there.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, with that, ads, I think it's time to round out the show with what we call Top 6, and it goes a little something like this.
The deep drop.
Top 6. That's a big statement right there. Big statement right there, Adam. And we have covered off quite a bit tonight, which is it's been an exciting episode. I've loved every minute. Fuck, I can't even talk now. I've lost
That's
it.
how excited.
Take it away.
It's top 6 time, Luke, as the intro music would usually tell us at about this time of the pod.
Yeah.
I can't believe we haven't done this one. For
It feels
two
weird that we
dudes
haven't.
that spend a lot of a fishing podcast talking about music and relating it back to everything we do, I can't believe we've never done the top 6 musical instruments. Yes. And I'm going to preface by saying I don't think you'd be able to guess what, for the listeners out there, I don't think you'll guess what we've put in top 6.
I don't think
we're
so.
openly metalheads, rock. That's pretty much it.
Well, I think we need to preface this by saying these, and this is, I guess, some criteria. This is our top 6 that we've decided we love about what we like to listen to. And all of these feature somewhat in the music we're into in some degree, but also if someone just stood on a stage with said instrument, you could sit there and go, yeah, that's impressive. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I think that's the key. When you see it, you go, even if I don't get it, I appreciate what's going on here.
Yeah.
And I think there's some unique ones in here.
There is. A couple of honourable mentions, ads. The humble bass guitar.
Yeah, no one likes a bassist, and neither do we. We won't buck that. We won't buck that trend.
The banjo. Good in small doses.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
good if you just hear the twang of a banjo for about 3 to 3.5 seconds. You're like, okay, I've heard it next.
Yeah, because let's be honest, there's only one sort of chord progression with the banjo, and it fits into somehow every single song apparently. So
there you go. So the banjo. Now, one omission that was made that you brought to the table, and I was all in on, but the harmonica.
Yeah, the harmonica. If you hear someone ripping the harp, now I'm talking. Let me take you to Cold Chisel is a good example, lads. When you hear old mate tearing up that harmonica in some of their belting songs, it's pretty impressive. Equally, if it's a real mood setter, isn't it? You could be feeling down and out, and someone just plays some soft blues on the harmonica, and you go, "Yeah, thanks, mate."
And I feel as though you could be easily impressed by the harmonica. If you were sitting around a campfire having a few tins and someone ripped out a basic Mary Had a Little Lamb on the harmonica, you'd be like, oh,
well done.
Impressive.
Yeah. Now do 3 Blind Mice. No, it's not a bad call actually. So it's a tough omission, but it's honourable mention. There's some good ones. This is a good 6. Let's go through it.
So let's jump straight in. We'll start at number 6 and work our way through to 1, as we normally do. So in the top 6 musical instruments, number 6, the piano. Some maybe would have thought it would be higher.
No, I think that's fair. I think that's where it needs to be. It's got to be in there. It's impressive when you hear it played well. Is it a knock your socks off type instrument? Maybe not. Not
for me.
But some belting songs where that features heavily. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's where we're coming from.
Yeah.
If watching someone just play piano, sitting down, having a jam, probably doesn't do it for me. But throw it in a setting where there's a little bit going on it can take the lead. I'm happy for it to take the lead.
Yeah, that's fine.
But You know what I mean? Like, it can be impressive.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, good. Good spot.
Number 5, the turntables. Is it an instrument?
Yeah, of course it's an instrument. We're
Do you
gonna
know
get,
why it's an instrument?
Why?
Because Limp Bizkit use it.
Thank you. DJ Lethal from Limp Bizkit.
Bring it on.
DJ Lethal, bring it on. Linkin Park. More of a localised band. Do you remember the Test Eagles?
The Test Eagles,
You
yes.
know?
Turn that shit up.
Just
Yes.
turn that shit up. Don't, there might be people go, oh, that's not an, whatever. This is our list.
It's
This
an
is our list.
instrument.
It's in there.
And it's in at number 5.
Yep.
Number 4, the sax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great sounding instrument when played well.
Yeah.
And do you know what? This is one for me that I reckon, this might sound weird. If I could absolutely be a master of an instrument, I'd love for the saxophone to be it. Because you can do it. You can do it.
Needs to be at number 4.
Why?
It's been getting nerds laid for a very long time.
Yes. Yep. Well done. You can
Sax.
impress anyone with a sax.
Yeah.
You can just,
if it's done well.
yeah, it's got to be done well. Yeah, if it's not done well, it's not on the list. But clearly, this is we're talking about peak performance here.
Yeah.
And again, features in some cracker songs in excess. Baker Street, the most famous potentially of all. But it's good. It's a great instrument. Let us know. By the way, if there's any community members that can play any of these instruments in this top 6, give us a sample. Give us a sample.
Yep. Give us a sample.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, we'll play it on the show. Whatever.
Number 3, the violin. Now, not school recital violin.
No.
No.
No. Not the...
Listen, props, because I can't play a violin.
Hey. Yeah.
But we're talking cool shit violin. We're talking the ones like that get together and play like Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Yeah, the groups, like the string groups that just
Yeah,
belt out
that just
songs
go-
that make you go, holy shit.
Listen, anyone that puts distortion on a violin, you're in.
Well, I'm here for it. If you want to chuck some wah through it as well and hit the crybaby pedal while shredding
Let's
some
get it.
violin, let's do it. I'm not opposed
Let's
to
get
it.
it.
I will say this, for those of you that are listening going, what are you talking about? Just take a step back for a moment. Just take a step back for a moment also, on top of what Adam sort of put forward. There are a lot of the greatest songs of all time where there is string sections involved.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Led by the violin.
And we're not, it doesn't have to be old lovey-dovey music. What's one of the greatest rock songs of all time? November Rain. What? You know? So just back off. All right? Think about it.
Violin needs to be at 3.
It's
and I'll
great.
stand by the choice.
It's a great number 3. Well done.
Number 2, the drums. Watching someone play the drums well, anywhere from flat out speed
Yep.
to just some sweet, chill blues, just keeping a solid beat with a, cracking little fill every now and then. Someone who can keep time perfectly behind a drum kit.
It's impressive.
It's poetry in motion.
I've got a weird thing that I love to watch on YouTube, and I'm not a drummer. I have a bit of musical background, but I'm not a drummer. I love watching drummers. And like there's channels where it's just drummers playing drums.
And it's awesome.
And the ones that do it well, dude, it's hypnotizing.
There's a video on YouTube I've watched way too many times. Old mate smacks out a cover playing along to one of the songs from The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
Dude. It was that good. I showed everyone. I grabbed the kids. I'm like, check this out.
Yeah.
You won't appreciate it, but it's so awesome.
Again, shout out Limp Bizkit, John Otto. Take us to the Matthews Bridge. Just like this, the drum beat, just to kick off that song. It's just, there's so many examples of
the start to
drummers.
Blind. The 18 minutes before the guitars come
Just the
in.
ride cymbal, just the ting of the ride cymbal.
I challenge anyone to try and just do that. for as long as it needs to happen.
Yeah. And when they play it live, it goes longer. Like they do it for ages.
Got to build up some hype.
Yeah. Yeah, great one. Great one. Love that.
And at number 1, it has to be the guitars.
It has to be the guitar.
And there's a specific reason why it has to be the guitar. When a single guitarist can be bigger than the band,
yeah,
it has to be guitar. Now, you had a great example in the 18 seconds of pre-production that we did.
Yeah, it was probably 12. Slash. Slash is bigger than Guns N' Roses. Come at me if you want, but let's be honest. That's what it is. And he holds that band together, and arguably people go and watch Slash, not Guns N' Roses.
And when guitarists can play some of the biggest arenas in the world with no vocal.
Yeah. Well, I think I said to you off air, late last year, I went with my dad to see Tommy Emmanuel live, and he doesn't sing. And it's just him on stage. There's no band, nothing. It was him for a couple of hours or whatever it was, just him. And to have an audience captivated and to be as good as that, and to walk away going, fuck, there was no singing or no other band. There was nothing. It was just a guitar. I mean, there's not many instruments that can do that. You can't do that with a bass guitar.
Right.
Or
even just
drums,
go our top
really.
6. Could you sit there and watch one person play piano for a full set?
You'd need vocals. You know what I mean? Like you'd need a little something.
That's right. So no turntables, maybe. Because you know why? Because you can program in guitars.
Yeah.
Sax?
Nah, not a whole night.
Kenny G had a crack.
Yeah, but he had a band. You know what I mean?
True.
Yep.
Yeah, if he just sat there on his own, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, this was cool for the first 13 seconds. And
thanks, Kenny. Wrap it up, mate.
Yeah. Bring the band out. Violin, same deal.
Nah, not for a whole night.
No. Drums?
No. Not on their own for a whole night.
Sweet to see someone play at a clinic or something for, 5 minutes, and you're like, okay, sweet. What next?
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
Guitars?
Absolutely.
Sit there mesmerised.
Yeah, all night.
That's why it has to be number 1.
And you mentioned as well, like there's some guitarists that have made a career out of just playing guitar, and they don't need vocalists or even whole bands, but even full arena rock shows with no vocals, just like their guitar is the hero. Steve Vai, Joe Satriani.
Yep.
Like there's quite a few of them that have made
heaps
that have been full blown rock stars.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't think number 1 can be faulted. In fact, I don't think any of the 6 can be. But we would love your suggestions and feedback on what you think of the top 6 musical instruments. Give us your thoughts. And if you can play any of them, and you want to share a clip, please do. We'd love
Send
to
them
see.
through.
We'd love to hear it.
Put a little collab together at the start of the next spot.
Yeah. A mashup.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
All right. Musical instruments top 6. Let us know what you think, how ours played out, what we missed, what the order's like. If you can play, we want to see it. Fishing cultures ads. You talk about shifts or lack thereof when it comes to keep versus release. It's a great shout. Love to hear your thoughts on that one, especially when it comes to bluefin tuna. Skirt development. Do I need to say any more? Scented skirts, fibre optic skirts. Let's go, people. This is what I want to see at iCast next year. That's all I'm saying. And then we'll bring it over to Australia and let's go. Hey, Ads, that's us for a night. Thanks, mate.
Peace.